Hello, I'm Dr. Ann Udick, the Executive Director of VA Nutrition and Food Services. Welcome to this edition of Vet Resources Check-In. Nutrition and Food Services' mission in VA is to care for Americans' veterans by developing and providing comprehensive, evidence-based nutrition services. I'd like to talk to you today about one of those topics and our services around it, food insecurity. It's a topic that you may have heard a lot about lately, and I'd like to share with you how the VA is helping identify veterans who may want to learn more about it and the resources available. Food insecurity is a social determinant of health, which are conditions in the places where people live, learn, work, and play that affect a wide range of health and quality of life risks and outcomes. So, what is food insecurity? Does it mean that I get anxious about my food? I'm worried that I'll eat too much or the wrong kinds of foods? Does it mean that I don't know what I should be eating? Or I'm not sure what are the best things to eat? Does it mean that I'm not sure my food is safe? Actually, no. Food insecurity is lack of access to adequate healthy food to support a healthy life due to financial constraints. It means sometimes your food dollar is stretched beyond the breaking point when you're faced with choices of what to buy amongst your needs. It doesn't necessarily mean you're going hungry, one of the most severe kinds of food insecurity. Food insecurity really looks like you may be choosing to fill up on gas or pay bills and cutting back on food, like skipping meals or smaller portions or choosing cheaper snacks to keep you going. Research has shown that food insecurity is associated with poorer health outcomes and mental health. I am sure you know that food is a foundation of health. And while the old saying, you are what you eat, may be oversimplified, food certainly significantly affects your health and well-being directly. Getting enough food to eat to feel satisfied isn't the whole picture either. We've all eaten enough to be satisfied, full, or stuffed, but not good. You know what I'm talking about. Therefore, good nutrition, like enough fruits and veggies, whole grains, and healthy proteins, are important to balance. Well, maybe we are what we eat. Well, or at least we feel what we eat. Now, veterans are very resilient and resourceful. Your experience and training has prepared you for tough situations and making do when you needed to pull through for your fellow service members and family. So it's natural to think, I'm okay, I'm getting by. I've also heard from veterans that they think that by utilizing resources or accepting a referral, they are in some way taking away from a fellow veteran who may need it more. But that's just not true, and we're all stronger together. Food insecurity has effects on your health and mental well-being, which is important to everyone, including your family, your friends, coworkers, and your healthcare team. So I encourage you to think about your food today. Prices right now are high at the pump, at the department store, online, and certainly including the grocery store. Is your food dollar stretched too far so that you are skipping meals, eating smaller portions, skipping the entree so your partner or your kids can have enough? If you have diabetes, is your blood sugar going low more often or at certain times of the month when the money is tight? If you're a patient in the VA, we're going to ask you 2 questions at least annually in your appointments about food insecurity. Most often, this will be asked by your nurse. Think about these 2 screening questions carefully. I'm going to read to you 2 statements that people have made about their food situation. For each statement, please tell me whether the statement was often true, sometimes true, or never true for your household in the last 12 months. The first question is, within the past 12 months, you worried whether your food would run out before you got money to buy more? Or the second question is, in the last 12 months, the food you bought just didn't last and you didn't have money to get more. Again, are those statements often true, sometimes true, or never true for you? See, we just did the screen. After these screening questions, you'll be asked if you want a referral to a social worker or a dietitian, or if you are already receiving services. It's your choice, though. And by accepting a referral, there is no pressure and you're not taking anything away from another veteran who is also being referred. It's just a continue the conversation with a clinician who can tell you more. For example, a dietitian can help you choose healthy foods on a budget. A social worker may help connect you with local organizations, services, or food banks, some of which especially work with veterans. A social worker can also walk you through the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, or SNAP program, eligibility requirements for assistance. We'd love your feedback too on what kind of information is most helpful to you. So I invite you to tell your social worker or dietitian your thoughts about the kind of information you want, where resources could best be located for you, and who you prefer to talk to about food insecurity. During the screening, you can of course decline a referral if you wish, but remember that we're always here for you if you want to rethink it. And do remember you'll be asked about food insecurity regularly as part of your healthcare appointments. Even if you yourself never experience food insecurity, we screen like this so that we can identify those who are. You can always learn more online if you'd prefer not to visit with a social worker or dietitian right now. The VA has many nutrition resources about eating well to feel well. Check these out. Not just handouts, but super easy cookbooks, pandemic shopping list, a healthy teaching kitchen YouTube channel where you can learn to make simple, healthy dishes, partnerships, and much, much more. The VA has education and counseling available in nutrition with registered dietitian nutritionists that can be available in person, on the phone, or via video telehealth. The registered dietitian nutritionist is not the food police. They are here to be your nutrition expert in your healthy goals and changes. Contact your local VA medical center or clinic for scheduling an appointment with a dietitian, and check out those online resources about healthy nutrition and food insecurity at www.nutrition.va.gov. I want to thank you for your service and for the example that veterans set for all of us. Thank you.